Warriors, an SEC case update, and BlackRock, a company you need to know. My name is Coach JV. I am the top health and mindset coach in the world. What you believe in your heart, you think in your mind, will eventually become your words and become your reality. If you can see it in your mind, eventually you can hold it right here in your hands. What you repeatedly do gets ingrained in your subconscious mind. What gets ingrained in your subconscious mind becomes an unconscious activity. So what we're going to do today is I'm going to bring you, there's not a lot of SEC Ripple news going on, but I wanted to give a shout out, first of all, to XRP Crypto Wolf. I would highly recommend you follow him on Instagram. This guy is constantly posting XRP content. He is a beast. I also want to give a shout out to www.stedas.hr, where this document came from. But I wanted to give you guys an update on what's happening with SEC and Ripple. People keep asking what's happening. Here's what I think is going to happen. I think during this case, it's going to get settled early with the settlement. And when that happens, it's going to go to the moon. That's my opinion. It's not financial advice. So what we're going to go through today is we're going to go through the dates really quick of what's happening on the upcoming dates for the SEC versus Ripple case. And then I'm going to take you on a deep dive around BlackRock. I'm obsessed with BlackRock and really going deep into understanding the massive amount of financial control they have within the system. And we need to watch them methodically. The people I watch is BlackRock, World Economic Forum, Cathie Wood, of course, Warren Buffett, Ray Dalio, some of the biggest billionaires in the world. That's who I watch, and I make my moves based on what they're doing futuristically, not for now. I'm not worried about this bull run. I'm not worried about this bear market. What I'm focused on is 2025 and helping my warriors build discipline. So let's look at the SEC versus Ripple case and what is happening so you guys can keep informed. So SEC versus Ripple, June 18th has already passed, right? Yep, Office of Investors Education on Advocacy documents. And then we saw that something was filed to bring a former SEC employee forward. We got June 24th. The SEC will file a motion. So the SEC will file a motion to quash deposition subpoena served on former SEC official. That's what I was just talking about. So they're trying to squash that, and they do not want to bring back a former SEC official. Why wouldn't they want to bring them back? Who knows? July 1st, defendants will file a joint opposition. On July 2nd, FinHub emails. So the SEC acknowledges that FinHub electronic mailbox is relevant, respiratory for emails pertaining to Bitcoin, Ether, and XRP. That's going to be a big date we want to watch out for. July 2nd, internal documents. July 8th, the SEC will file a reply to that. August 31st, there'll be fact discovery deadlines, and then October 15th, expert discovery deadlines. In my perception, warriors, it's not going to go that long. That's just my perception. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a legal person, but most SEC cases are settled out of court, right, with a settlement. So let's just look out for that. And when that happens, warriors, hang on to your seats. We're going to see some massive price appreciation. So those diamond hands are going to be rewarded. Look at what Big Boy Crypto is saying now. He's saying he has some high level insight in regards to someone outside of the country and inside of America that XRP is going to take over the banking system. I've been saying this for over a year now. All right, so let's go into this really quickly. I want to show you guys this information. I'm going to take you through a journey. This was back in, I believe, 2017. We'll have to take a look at it when I close the video. But we're going to listen to the CEO of BlackRock. Now, you need to understand, Fink is one of the most powerful financial human beings in the world. Now that I'm going deep down the rabbit hole with BlackRock, BlackRock has their hands in gas, food, oil, government. And so what I'm doing is methodically watching what they're doing so I can make good financial decisions for my family and their future to build generational wealth. So let's listen to what he was talking about around cryptocurrency, and then we'll fast forward. I'm going to show you guys what BlackRock does, and then I'm going to show you the video at the end and my perception of what's going to happen.
Have you developed a view on Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies? And what is BlackRock doing about them?
Well, I believe in blockchains. We're looking at many blockchains. We created provider Aladdin, which is really a blockchain between us and the clients.
But that's the underlying technology.
But it's a private blockchain.
Okay, so I'm going to share with you guys what Aladdin does in just a moment. It's a powerful, powerful system.
But we believe we create more and more flow through information by having all the different reference points of a transaction being systematized. That's good. Related to cryptocurrencies, I'm a big believer in the potential of what a cryptocurrency can do.
Okay, so let's stop for just a moment. What Aladdin does, and I'm going to show you this in just a moment. Aladdin has a system that tracks financial traction, every single financial transaction, and comes up with algorithms on what the people are doing. They literally have algorithmic systems that can tell you exactly what the financial system is doing, what the customers are doing, so it gives investors a better look at customer behaviors.
You see huge opportunities in it, but what we're talking about today, it's really much more of a speculative. People are speculating on it, but most importantly, what I think about most of these cryptocurrencies, it just identifies how much money laundering there is being done in the world, how much people are trying to move currencies from one place to another. So I actually believe you're seeing the demand for it, but let's be clear. If we created a true global digital currency, I hate the word crypto, a digitized currency, then then you would not have money laundering anymore. You would have everything understood. Everything would be flowing through. Everything would be identified. You can see all the application, except I'm horrified.
So you see where they're taking us to. He just explained it. If you had a digital currency that ran through the whole system, there would be no money laundering. And he said they could identify all transactions. Now look at the systems that they've created that I'm going to show you in just a moment.
On one point, how do we preserve the system from cyber problems? Because if the whole world is using this one network for financial transaction, it presents a lot of systemic risk.
Is it time yet for BlackRock to either trade in digital assets or digital virtual currencies, if you prefer, or to create a product for your clients?
We're not hearing any demand from any of our clients, other than maybe some speculative stuff. We're being asked that question, but it's more of like a venture capital type of interchange. But we're not hearing clients saying we want to use this as an asset class. No,
it's not an institution.
Okay, so that's important. Venture capitalists, right? Okay, so this is October 3rd, 2017. So let me introduce you to BlackRock. BlackRock offers a range of solutions from rigorous fundamentals, quantitative active management approaches aimed to maximize outperformance to highly efficient index strategies designed to gain broad exposure to the world's capital markets. Our clients can access our investment solutions through a variety of products, structures, including individual and institutional separate accounts, mutual funds, and other pooled investment vehicles, and the industry's leading iShares ETFs. Now I'm going to scroll down here and share with you guys how powerful they are. As of June 30th, 2019, BlackRock's assets under management is a total of $6.84 trillion, not billion, trillion, across equity, fixed income, cash management, alternative investments, real estate, advisory strategies. Through BlackRock Solutions, a natural evolution of our long-standing investment and development sophisticated of highly integrated systems, we offer risk management, strategic advisory, and enterprise investment systems to a broad base of clients. So who is that broad base of clients? BlackRock not only is an investor in almost every single industry, to include MicroStrategies, which I'm going to show you. They're the #1 holder in MicroStrategies, who is going all in on Bitcoin. But look at this. I shared this with you guys earlier. BlackRock was tapped to manage bond purchases by the Federal Reserve. Think about that, Warriors. They were tapped by the Federal Reserve. This article doesn't seem like it's going to come up, but they were tapped by the Federal Reserve to manage bond purchases. To also, and I'm going to show you this in just a moment on Wikipedia, that also, let's jump over here real quick. Okay, so I'll go back over to that. But I'm going to show you on Wikipedia in just a moment what they were tasked to do for the government. So think about this. They are on the enterprise side. They're on the institutional side. They're on the individual side. They manage 6.84 trillion in assets. And I'm going to show you how much of the globe they dominate in regards to breadth of investments. Okay. Now, Aladdin is a very powerful. Now, you can correct me if I'm wrong. Let's educate each other down here. From what I understand, what Aladdin does, it's a very sophisticated system that tracks transactions across a broad broad spectrum. When a transaction goes through the system, it has algorithms that learns the customer behaviors, and it helps investors make better decisions to manage their customers. It is one of the most powerful systems. And out of Aladdin was birthed Backrock Solutions. So in 2000, BlackRock launched Backrock Solutions, the analysis and risk management division of BlackRock. The division grew from Aladdin Systems, which is the enterprise investment system, Green Package, which is the risk reporting service, PAG, portfolio analytics, and Answer, which is the interactive analytics. BlackRock Solutions serves two roles within BlackRock. First, BlackRock Solutions is an in-house investment analytics and process engineering department for BlackRock, which works with portfolio management teams, risk and quantitative analysis, business operations, and every other part of the firm that touches investment processes. Second, BlackRock Solutions and their primary division are services that offer to not only institutional clients. As of 2013, the platform nearly has 2,000 employees, but check this out. BlackRock Solutions was retained by the U.S. Treasury Department in 2009 to manage the toxic mortgage assets, to analyze, unwind, and price, keyword, and price, that were owned by Bear Stearns, AIG Incorporated, Freddie Mac, Morgan Stanley, and other financial firms that were affected in the 2008 financial crisis. So not only are they one of the biggest investors in almost every single industry worldwide, manage 6.8 trillion in assets. Check this out. Where is it at here? Here it is right here. On December 2013, their platform monitors 7% of the world's 225 trillion of financial assets. Do you realize how massive that is? And BlackRock was tapped to monitor and look at from the U.S. Treasury Department. Does this sink into you guys? Does this really sink into you guys? Now look at who they are the biggest holder in. Is MicroStrategies. It's going to come up in just a moment here. Of course, my computer is going to go a little crazy. Okay, so if we go right here and we look at who owns MicroStrategies, when I told you guys when the Chinese announcement came out around the Bitcoin mining, what's going to happen is they're going to move the Bitcoin mining to Texas, to Maryland, to Wyoming. Everything's going to be fine with Bitcoin mining. It's going to become super efficient. Elon Musk, my prediction is he's going to start Bitcoin mining in his Teslas. It's all a narrative for them to set up the future to make more money, warriors. And you have the opportunity to do the same thing that they're doing. We have all the information at our fingertips. So look at who the number one investor in MicroStrategies is. So they're intuitively or instinctively or around the bush or whatever you want to call it. BlackRock is the number one investor in MicroStrategies, who is going all in on Bitcoin. BlackRock also, we know, is part of the World Economic Forum. So is Ripple. Some of the biggest companies, JP Morgan, part of the World Economic Forum, who wants to take us to zero carbon, which I'm deep diving with my warriors on our 10 o'clock warrior call. You can join our Warrior Academy. Click the link down below in the description. But today on the 10 o'clock warrior call, I'm going to talk to them about zero carbon in 2050 and also security tokens. That is the next DeFi boom. That is the next NFT boom, is security tokens. That is the next boom. I'm letting you know right now, that is the next big boom where there's going to be massive price appreciation. All right, so I'm going to leave you with this last video here. So this fast forwards to 2021. Now Fink is still bullish, but he's also very, what do you want to call it, speculative on cryptocurrencies. Well, the reason why is he's instinctively invested in Bitcoin with MicroStrategies. All he has to do is invest in the companies. Here's something that's important to know, is that not only is BlackRock part investor of these companies, right? For example, most of the companies they're regulating, they also sit on the boards of. Does that make sense to you? Some of the companies they're regulating and monitoring, they sit on the board of. So they literally are the most, in my opinion, one of the most dominant forces in the financial industry. So if you're smart, you will watch what BlackRock does. You'll watch what Cathie Wood does. You'll watch what Ray Dalio does. You'll watch what Warren Buffett does by investing $500 million in a fintech company. Why do you think they're moving to assets, warriors? It's actually really simple. You don't listen to what they say. You watch what they actually do, because what they're saying here is it's speculative. At the same time, behind the scenes, they're getting invested in it through other vehicles. Think about that, warriors. Do you think nonprofits? We'll go into nonprofits a little bit later, but nonprofits are designed for money laundering. A lot of them are designed for money laundering. Let's dive into this last video and I'll let you guys go.
I think skeptical, a bit reluctant to dive completely into the pool
in part over questions about what regulators will ultimately do, et cetera. I'm curious whether this Coinbase IPO or the moment we're now in has shifted or changed your views at all about where all of this is headed.
Well, I'm still fascinated about it. I'm encouraged by how many people are focusing on it. I'm encouraged about the narrative. It may become a great asset class, and I do believe this could become a great asset class, you know, cryptocurrency. I do
believe it may become a great asset class. He's very bullish on it. This is the guy that has a system that monitors people's behaviors and financial transactions and is in control of most companies or has a stake in most companies. He knows what's happening.
I believe it's a substitute for currencies. I think we're going to have cryptocurrencies of dollars, cryptocurrencies of other currencies,
CBDCs.
But I don't believe we should be focused. We should think about crypto as a substitute of currency. But it could. But I am fascinated by it as an asset class. I am still watching. I will tell you of our investors worldwide. We don't have that much inquiry on it. We are.
And why do you think they don't have much inquiry on it? Think about that, words. They're fudding the crap out of you. FUD's fear, uncertainty, doubt. The fear index is through the roof. The same people from January to March were asking me, is it too late to get into crypto? Are now saying to me, crypto's going to zero. I shouldn't have listened to you, right? So that's what's happening right now, whereas it's all by design. These conversations right here, as they're invested in MicroStrategies, who's going all in. So think about that. They're the #1 shareholder in MicroStrategies. Think about that. The #1 shareholder doesn't have decisions in what that company does. Absolutely they do. The shareholders own the company. If you're the #1 investor in the company, there's conversations happening behind the scenes with BlackRock and MicroStrategies about the financial decisions they're making. Michael Saylor's not making these decisions without talking to his top shareholders, Warriors. You're owned by the shareholders. As a CEO, your job is to make profit for the shareholders.
Investing in it. Rick Reeder's been on your show talking about things that we are doing in it, and we are studying it. We've made money on it, but I'm not here to tell you that we are seeing broad-based interest by institutions worldwide. And I like to say that most of what we do is a reflection of what we are hearing from our clients. So I would clearly tell you worldwide. Go on, Andrew.
What you're saying, what you're saying though, I think is very, very important, and I just want to put a fine point on it, because
please,
you're speaking to companies all over the world, and you're saying now that you don't believe that companies have a unique interest in this. They're not saying, hey, Larry, we're thinking about how we can get exposure for our balance sheet. Do you have a product? Can you do something? Are you thinking about creating a product for them? And you're saying, speak directly to that, because, by the way,
So speak directly to that. He's talking about, you don't have companies that MicroStrategy is one of the largest companies. Think about their Bitcoin strategy. He's the #1 holder.
And that is the narrative. It's the narrative around, frankly, even the valuations of the Coinbases of the world, in part because there's a view that institutional money is desperate to be part of this. And you're saying the opposite.
Well, I'm not. We are not having those conversations, and maybe they're talking.
So, Key, you are saying the opposite. Do what they do, skip what they say. I'll just leave you with that, Warriors. All right, Warriors. So appreciate you guys so much for even following this journey. Thank you so much for all the likes, subscribes, comments. But what I'll share with you, Warriors, this is history in the making. I'm going to repeat the same things over and over again. There's many people that will get on this train, just like Rosie Rios copied what I said and go on the ride of their life. And there's many people who are going to get ran over by it. The fact is, everybody at some point has to get on the train. There's just going to be two types of people. Some people are going to pack their bags and build generational wealth and be able to sit on their porch, on their big ranch, and talk to their grandkids how they were legendary. And there's going to be other people who are fudded out of the market by people who haven't done any research, by people who don't have any patience, by people who have the patience to be poor their whole life, to be sick their whole life, to be overweight their whole life, to be in a miserable relationship their whole life, but don't have patience to wait 6 months, 8 months, 9 months, 3 years. The fact is, most of you will not have patience to make it through this. That's a fact. So that's what we teach in our Warrior Academy. We have a 120-day challenge to teach you discipline, mindset, Goal setting. We surround you with a group of people who are going to keep you grounded in fundamentals. You also have access to my portfolio. It's nothing too exciting. 21 cryptocurrencies that I think are fundamental. I have some shit coins in there, but those are already got my initial investment back. I show you my exact exit strategy. We have a new improved exit strategy launching on Monday that you can fill out on an Excel spreadsheet. You have to have an exit strategy, warriors. You're going to get wrecked. A lot of people are getting wrecked right now because they had zero exit strategy. We also have a crypto Discord where I go live 3 times a week with my technical analysis team. We have a crypto call today at 10 o'clock that are live and then recorded and sent out to every single warrior. We have people all over the world. We have 2,000 warriors worldwide, 16 different countries. We also have a technical analysis call on Friday. We also have leadership. We have goal setting. You can work out with us live daily. Nutrition. There's no program like this in history. So click the link down below in the description. You can join our Warrior Academy for 90% off right now. There's no risk to you. It's 100% money back guarantee. We want to make sure there's a mutual value exchange. So as I always say, I love you guys very much, but damn well, don't let me love you more than you love yourself. Make sure you check out my podcast, the Coach JB podcast. Appreciate you. We love you. As we always say, Warriors.